MODIFIER. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, welcome back to Chicken Squad. In today's video, we're going to be responding to Sir Claz, who, if you don't know, is if you watch me, I'm sure you know who he is. He's the most popular Squad Busters YouTuber, and he still covers the game fairly frequently, and this recently popped up on Reddit. We had some interesting things to say, so let's take a quick look.
I believe in the game. I actually don't know. I don't know if this game is going to come back again. I could see this game being killed off, not going to lie. But I can also see it doing well. I'm going to keep my eggs in the basket, though. I think it could do well.
So, not a lot, but he not a long clip, but he says a lot there. So, this is basically going to be my kind of response to it, and you know, I think part of it is definitely true. Like, we don't know, like I would say Squad Busters is probably the closest game that would ever be a live game from Supercell that could potentially get actually shut down. Now, I've covered Boom Beach for 10 years, so I've been through, you know, I've been through the whole process of, you know, the talks of the games being shut down and then going into what's called live ops mode, where there's no more like dev team, only to have the dev team come back to Boom Beach, which is a different story. But just saying that I've you know, got some experience with being on the lesser popular Supercell games. So I do think that it's in a really bad spot right now, and the dev team does need to come up with some sort, not just content, like they've been able to push out a lot of content. What I feel like they kind of got stuck in like their own ways with Squad Busters, but also tried a new thing by releasing it too early before it was really done. And then the community was just like, come on, like new stuff, new events, new squaddies, new heroes, blah, blah, blah. Rather than, they didn't really build a solid foundation, and there's no real reason to play. And I think Squad Busters has two main problems that all this stems from. There's no competitive mode. Like, it's not really a competitive game. It's really sort of RNG or luck based a lot of the time. Sure, there's things you can get better at, but it's not really comparable to a game like, I don't know, to any one of their other games that are all definitely have a high skill level to them, a high skill ceiling at least. And it doesn't feel like Squad Buster has that. So, you know, it's not going to be marketed for esports, which is fine, but it's just kind of missing that. The second is the social features. There's no clans still. I don't know why they would launch it without having clans. Brawl Stars launched with clubs. Everyone else, I believe, Clash Clans, I think, launched with clans, people you could join and talk with right away. Clan Wars came a lot later. Boom Beach launched with task forces right away. So it's just weird that that's really been Supercell's bread and butter, is the social features of these games. And that has not happened at all in Squad Busters, which is very strange. So the other thing that he talked about, more so on the YouTube side of things, where he wasn't sure if he was going to continue covering the game or not, and then he says at the end that he's going to keep all of his eggs in this basket. It's a tough place to be in, you know, because he really went all in on Squad Busters being great. And, you know, that's the risk that you take. That's the risk that you take. And you have to do it. You got to do it as a YouTuber. Like, you got to go all in on these new games and be the best at it, and, you know, put out the best content and be the first to do it. And, you know, it's a lot of work. So my hat goes off to Sir Claz, because he's in a tough spot. And he's certainly, you know, put in a ton of work to be where he's at. So for him to say that he's not sure if he's going to keep, you know, covering this game, like that, that speaks volumes to me about, you know, just where the game is at with the community and everything. And lastly, he said, you know, he could see it still becoming popular, or still becoming a game that, you know, maybe doesn't reach the height of like a Brawl Stars or a Clash Royale at their peak, or Clash Clans even. But a game that's able to stand out on its own and do well, kind of like where Boom Beach is at right now. Like, it's not, you know, crushing it by any means, but it's got a solid fan base. Millions of people play it each and every single day, and overall it does fine. you know, and they get lots of new content and stuff, and, you know, overall it's very good. And, you know, just because it's not Fortnite doesn't mean that it's not a good game, right? Even by Supercell standards. So, we should actually play a match here. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about that, and I just thought it was interesting. I just wanted to address that, and I feel like that's all the talk on Squad Busters these days right now is like, is the game going to die? Why isn't there new stuff? So yeah, I just wanted to kind of address that, give my 2 cents, and you guys let me know in the comments. Do you agree, or do you disagree with any of this? Now, I still have fun playing the game, don't get me wrong. Like, I think the core gameplay is fine, but it's really more of a casual game. It's something I like to play, you know, if I'm going to take a break of something, or when I really have the most fun playing Squad Busters, I'm on call with some of my friends, and, you know, just playing it kind of that way. I've always really enjoyed. That's really been the most fun, where, you know, you're playing like in a little team and you've got like 4 or 5 guys going. That's really where it's, you know, stuck out to me. So, okay, let's go back here. Oh, baby, we're taking some damage. Let's see if we can run. Oh, the bees are going to kill me, aren't they? Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah, man. A fitting end to kind of a depressing Squad Busters video. But yeah, I like to play it kind of casually, just to take a break from stuff. And, you know, like I just said, the most fun I've had is playing on call with people. So I think there is potential for that, you know, Squad Busters teams or whatever, whatever that ends up being. I think there's a lot of potential for that to be really good and really fun. But they just got to do it. They got to put it out there. Like, that's something that would draw everybody back, is that Squad Busters now has a team feature, and appreciate those of you buying stuff if you use that code chicken. And that's really what it needs. So I agree with Claz. I think he's right on the money, as usual with his Squad Buster stuff. But I thought it made for kind of an interesting discussion today, and that I kind of got ranting a little bit, and it got away from me because we didn't even really get to play any games. But it was still very fun. But yeah, I want to hear from you guys. You guys let me know what keeps you coming back. 2 things I want to know from you. What keeps you coming back? And if you could add one thing to Squad Busters, what would that be? Maybe besides clans, because I've already talked about that. It feels like ad nauseum. Feels like every single video I make, I talk about that. So, yeah, those are the 2 things I want to know, guys. I appreciate it if you watch this video all the way through. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more Squad Busters. I am posting a little bit less. I'm kind of turning this channel, not turning it into anything. I'm still going to post Squad, but I'm definitely focusing a little bit more on Merge Tactics at the moment, because I'm having a lot of fun with that in Clash Royale. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think down below. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you next one. Chicken out. Back.